In the virtual meeting statement pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general law, chapter 30A, subsection 18, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. The meeting of the Hubbardston Board of Health will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found at www.hubbardstonma.us. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the town's website an audio or video recording transcript or other comprehensive records of proceedings as soon as possible. So we don't have any minutes for tonight. Andrea is working on them, but she's also been bogged down with running these clinics. So she did let Ryan know she's working on them, and we will have all back to minutes next week. Can you hear me?
That sounds good. I still don't have another copy of the agenda in front of me.
That's
So-
okay. Do you want me to go down it?
Yes, please.
Okay, I can do that. So pretty much after that, then it's the COVID-19 and MPHN update. So as of right now, we are at 1 case, and we've been between 2 and 1 cases for the past week. So that's good. Our numbers are
That's
definitely
wonderful.
Yeah, I am waiting to see what happens with school vacation and kids coming back, but
Right.
we've been sitting between 1 and 2 for about a week now, so that's good.
Okay.
I don't have any Title V reports. I don't have any water tests. We didn't have any new permits that came in. No new perk tests have come in for Tim. Tim did do the bed bottom inspection over at 12 Burgess with Phil. Everything went good. And so Phil has instructions on how to follow up and finish out that project. And we went over the process on how to get a COC taken care of if Tim finishes up those inspections this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. I did get a couple new plans in for review on Williamsville Road, which is going to be a property that Ed Blanchard owns. Raytech is going to be doing the building. It's going to be a new single family home. I did get 3 plans on Ragged Hill Road.
Yep.
Lot 3, 4, and 5. Matt just got them back. They're all approved. So Kathy, I have a stack of stuff for you to sign when you have a minute to come in.
I can come in either tomorrow or Thursday because
Whatever works.
my daughter and son-in-law are coming to visit to stay with Jim.
Okay. Yeah, whatever works best from
So
there.
then I have the ability to come.
Okay.
Because right now we're not really leaving him alone.
No, absolutely understandable. And then
Yeah,
I did get
for a while longer. Yeah, I don't. At some point, I may be able to do the photos again and stuff. So don't permanently take me off the list for that because I do have the iPad for that, which makes it really easy and quick. But for this, I'll give you a buzz tomorrow or Thursday and get over there.
No worries. And Tim Newton is happy to step in. He was great. I emailed him. He emailed me back almost instantaneously. He had, and then he made the appointment for less than 12 hours after. So everyone was pretty happy with that. I did get a report we had an old plan from the early 2000s for 42 Mile Road, which is a lot that Donna Warfield owns. It was reviewed by Matt back then, and he had sent the plan back saying that he had some components and some magnetic tape that he wanted added to the plan before he would approve it. And that never came back for final approval. So Matt and I have been working together, and he said that if the designer would add the components and make the plan compliant with today's Title V, then he would only charge her half a fee and charge us half the fee for the plan review. So he has that now and is going to be reviewing that, but she's looking to sell it to someone who wants to put up a new single family home over there. So those are the plans in review right now. Let's see. I guess new business, 69 Gardner Road. Damon Schmidt with Royal Sun Farms is looking to come before the planning board for a special permit for outdoor marijuana growing. He does not want to put any buildings up. He's going to run this operation out of a trailer. He wants to place porta potties on the property. And our new protocol is before you get to have a special permit hearing, we're doing a roundtable with all the department heads and board heads that might be involved. So, because it's outdoor marijuana cultivation, we'll be doing building, Board of Health, planning, zoning, conservation, police, fire, Ryan. So Kathy was going to attend, but is unable to now. So the meeting is tomorrow at 9:30. I don't know if anyone else is available and wants to attend for Board of Health. I can ask Kate too if she's feeling better.
Vinny, are you available? We do have him, right?
Vin, we can't hear you. Are you on mute? Doesn't look like it. You muted yourself.
Yeah, he is muted.
Lower left-hand corner, Vin. Vinny. Nope. All right, Vin, we can't hear you. So if you're available, you can just shoot me an email and I can send you the link to Zoom.
Okay.
So I'll send him the link, and if he's available, and then he can attend. The only thing it's really gonna impact us on is this toilet situation. If there's no buildings.
Right. I believe that fellow's trying to do it in 2 phases. Initially with, growing it and selling it to a wholesaler or whatever, so that he can bring in enough money ultimately to then get a processing building at a later date. So I think he's trying to do 2 parts. First, get a business going, and then, if possible, put a building up later, which is why we had the perk tests done already and stuff like that.
That part, his original plan was to put the buildings up and move forward. The way he explained it to me is that what he's going to be growing is ugly weed. It's not pretty weed. It's not the weed you're going to smoke. This is going to be the marijuana that gets turned into oils for edibles and for vape pens. So what's going to happen is it's going to be harvested and then put into these trailers on site that are full of ice and water, and kind of do something to the oils so that it can be processed a different way than if you went to a dispensary and bought marijuana. So his goal is he wants to have a harvest this year. So he wants everything in ground by June to harvest in fall. And the piece of land he bought, it wasn't, when he purchased it, nobody was really aware of the MGC, the watershed and conservation restrictions that are on that parcel. So they're just trying to find something to get them moving forward for now, so that they can try to come up with a plan for later.
Right.
That's what it seems like too. So
I think you're right on that.
Yeah, they're just, right now it's just a plan to get, some type, like Kathy said, some type of revenue. And so the roundtable will just be to anyone to address their concerns. before he comes before the board, and we'll have another opportunity to review any changes as a board. But it's just an opportunity for one head to kind of be able to spearhead the project for the board, I guess.
Interesting project.
That's for sure. So then my other new piece of business, new business, is our clinic for the 13th. I did get the link and I've sent it out to anyone who had an email address, and I think I got about 140 people who have responded and set up their second appointment times. So it's going to be at the gym again. We're doing it from 10 to 1:30. And I think that our setup that we had worked well. So I don't think we really need to change anything there. Kate was talking in her email. She thought maybe having another person at check-in to register new folks would be helpful. But I think that because we have just repeat customers, we can ensure that everyone has an appointment before and that they're already in the system. We shouldn't get anyone new, right, Judy? In theory.
Right, in theory.
So I don't know if we'll need extra hands on decks, but there was plenty of people there that could have grabbed, if we need it for next time, can grab a computer and start helping us check out. And then we have to, as far as setup goes, I think that if we showed up an hour before the clinic on that Saturday, we'd be able to set it up so that the kids weren't interrupted with school.
I think that's a good idea.
I mean, it was a pretty easy setup. Now that we all have the layout in our heads too, I think it will be quicker because we spent some time trying to figure out what goes where. But I think we could do it before.
The only comment that I heard from the volunteers was maybe have some extra chairs at that after they're screened, and then they go and they sit in the chair while they wait for their turn to go to the vaccinator. So it was just, just plan for a few extra chairs there in that spot. Outside of that, the setup worked very nicely. A little fancier than what I've seen at other clinics, but, it worked very nicely.
I've gotten so much positive feedback from our clinic, and everyone was very appreciative, and countless emails and phone calls, just everyone saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, countless phone calls and emails about Rutland and the frustration that's already stemming, and why can't we offer another clinic and all that good stuff. So
tell them to talk to the governor, to call the commissioner of the DPH. I can give them their addresses. Call Ann Goby to send letters to Dawn Berthium.
That's
the more protest that then they'll have to back up. But right now it's we need to get to we need the letters flowing.
That's what I've been telling people. I heard how easy Hubbardston was, and now trying to get an appointment is impossible. So that's what I said. You have to reach out to your representatives because they're the ones that make the rules. We just have to follow them. So if they do, they do. If they don't, then I understand their frustration, because I can't even imagine what people are going through. I know my mother-in-law got an appointment at the PACC, and they've switched it 4 times on her now.
That's inappropriate. And I do know some of that. They're over at Rutland, they did 360 today. At least that's the last count that I had before I left it. And the problem over there is they were still trying to get their feet wet on the larger clinics. And so they had put some restrictions, not too tight, but they had put some restrictions, trying to make it more for Rutland at this point. But they are supposed to be ramping up to 750 per day and maybe even more. So, and it works really, really well today. They have plans not only for doing the library, having the clinic at the library, which is a much smaller space than school gym, but it still worked. And but they've also got larger plans for like when the spring weather starts to creep in, that start doing an outdoor 3-lane drive-through clinic, which is,
Awesome.
well, it's not my favorite thing, but you know.
No. Well, maybe hopefully the sun will be shining. It'll be nice outside.
Yeah, but it
That
also
will be
requires twice the volunteers.
sure. That's understandable.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, so lots of positives. I can let Jill know, Kathy, that we're looking to get into the school just that Saturday to set up before the meeting. The janitorial staff that we had was great, so I'll let her know that as well too.
Thank you. That'd be great.
And then I haven't done inventory as far as our supplies or anything goes. Judy, did you feel like we needed anything else or something we didn't need, or?
well, whatever you ordered the last time, except I would put more boxes of alcohol wipes,
Okay.
because they tend to go fairly quickly.
Okay.
So,
We can do that.
yeah, because I always carry extra with me, and then I know it helps, and I had to tap into it. So
Yeah, we
extra,
had
extra box or two.
okay. We had a couple. We got a cooler back in the. I don't know who brought it in, but there was a cooler in the office. Does Rutland need that back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll get it back to them. Cool. So then, yeah, so I'll just email Jill, ask for the staff to be there so we can get set up on Saturday so we don't interrupt the students. And then we'll be good to go. We'll get everyone their second doses. My plan is to next week send out another email to anyone who had a valid email address who hasn't registered, and then to start the phone calls, getting people in for their appointments. And I'm going to use the senior center staff to help me with that because they're eager to help. So
Good.
awesome. And then I had the budget or the finance reports. I haven't been able to do a turnover yet from last week. Monday I was feeling pretty icky. And then today I've just been nonstop. So I haven't had a chance to turn over anything this week. I don't think we have much, maybe just 1 or 2 plan review checks that I'll put in tomorrow. And then we just have to approve to pay for the fridge and freezer and for some of the supplies that we purchased to run the clinic. So there's 2 WB Mason bills and then the fridge and freezer from Stachacales.
I make a motion to approve those budget items.
Second, can you hear me now?
Oh, Vin!
Where's a 14-year-old when you need me?
Vin, did you want to try to hop on that Zoom call tomorrow?
I caught parts of that. I'll have to ask you to, after we finish some of this business, to go back and review, but
Sure.
I'm having a problem. I had a new computer and it doesn't want to perform like the old one does. So I'm on the old computer and hopefully that lasts. See what happens.
All right. All right. So Vin seconded it, and then we'll just go around, I guess.
So, okay, I'm back. Ben,
Yes,
Judy,
Yeah.
Colleen,
Yes.
and Kathy is yes for approving paying those items.
Okay. Then the only other thing I have on the agenda would be the food inspections. And Kathy, I sent a list over to you and Kate with the
Thank
phone
you.
number and everyone who's been approved. Tim Newton is also a food inspector. So if at any point, obviously don't have to be done tomorrow, but if any point you need him, he'd be happy to do that too.
Yes. I'm looking to work on those in March.
Okay, perfect.
For me personally, that's kind of the time frame we worked with last year, was to try and start in March and get done by the end of June.
Mm-hmm. That works.
Of course, the Riata Ranch will do it when they open, and so on and
Right.
so forth. Tim, I still need to contact Westminster to see if they would come over to do my inspection,
Okay,
because I really can't even ask Tim to do it because we pay him.
right,
It would be a conflict of interest.
right.
So I do need to reach out to them to come over and do mine. And I think everyone else, all the others are okay. I'm the hardest one to get done right now.
Okay. And then I don't know if anyone has any unexpected business.
May I go back to the clinic for the,
Yes.
I heard part of the discussion, but I had some comments I'd like to make. First and foremost, thanking Judy and everybody else on the committee for the wonderful job you guys did. I had the opportunity to walk around and look pretty good, and you guys did a great job. It was just an amazing day. And Dr. Stouter and Dr. Prentice and all the other volunteers whom I don't know deserve a great pat on the back. It was as smooth as anything I've ever seen run in the town of Hubbardston. And of course, it was great to see everybody who showed up for the shots. As I've always said, Hubbardston runs on families, and we had a bunch of families. It was good to see again. I hope we can continue it. And I'm sure the follow-up on the 13th will be just as successful. And it would be nice if we could offer it to the rest of the population, but I'm not sure of that after some of the information we've learned. But a couple of minor adjustments to the next clinic, and we'll be in great shape for that one. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you,
And I
Winnie.
did-
I second that.
Yeah, I did find, when you go to vote and you got the I voted stickers on my Amazon Prime this morning, I got my COVID vaccine stickers, a roll of 500 for $10. I'm so excited.
It sounds like a great idea.
So I've got
And I
one
wanted, I
person,
also want to,
I have one personal note to share for the side effects. Did anybody besides me have any side effects? Boy, I'll tell you, I felt a little nauseous after the shot, but the most significant side effect was the tinnitus that I have. It went
Oh.
right off the charts from 0 to 20 on a 10 scale. And I woke up Sunday morning and it was gone. And it is now only 0 to 1. So maybe we've solved the tinnitus problem with this vaccine. This is the most comfortable I have been in 20 years. No noise in my ears. I suffered Saturday. Saturday was a real loud day, but boy, I'll tell you, I'll take another shot tomorrow if it keeps going like this. But other than that, I think everybody did really well, and all the folks I noticed were thrilled that we held that clinic. It was a good deal.
yep, we got a lot of good feedback during the day, and all the MRC volunteers were fantastic. And, I never heard one negative comment the whole day. Not one.
Right.
No,
Went well.
I've gotten calls from all over Western Mass. I live in Worcester, but my friend told me how great your clinic was, and can you get me into one of yours? And my phone hasn't stopped ringing, but just so many positive comments. So it was a great day, and all the volunteers, everyone, it was just seamless. It was so good. Very proud of everybody.
So what's the probability of doing another one? I mean, another one for the first shot, Pete?
Right now, none, right?
Well, we'll get the second clinic in. I really need to push to see if I can get DPH along with other boards of health members and MRC members to try to get it changed, because a lot of the MRCs, just like us, are in the middle of all the planning as well as providing volunteers. So, we just gotta be loud enough. That's all there is to it. Oh, and by the way, did you guys hear that the governor just did it again? He just announced that all the schools are reopening
In April.
yeah. So, I mean, that just, it's these announcements without giving people heads up that just make everybody twitchy and, on Friday, if you've ever sat in on the DPH conference calls at 9 o'clock on Friday mornings, I mean, that is a constant complaint. Why don't you give us a 48 hours heads up at least? And you just spring these things on everybody, and it's
Ex-
just everybody just needs to be loud and noisy, and hopefully the squeaky wheel gets oil.
Hopefully, the announcing the 68 and older, the second part of phase, or 65 and older, and the second part of phase 2 at the same time to everyone else in the world, and then having all of our phone systems crash from everyone
Right.
calling so fast.
Right.
It was asinine. It was insane. So yes,
Yeah,
everyone,
and every town is struggling with that.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So Judy, maybe between now and the early part of next week, next Monday or Tuesday, maybe we could put something together as and with Mallory's help, that we can really push out there as a Board of Health, advocacy towards, medium to small size clinics, and how we can operate quickly, smoothly, and, local.
Right.
They always say buy local. So, they need to support local. And that we were successful, and definitely places that are successful should be allowed to continue. If a place has had difficulties, or the numbers were bad, or vaccine wasn't used, or whatever didn't work right, okay, I can understand why they would hesitate to approve some of those places. But I think that our towns, when we get on board with something, we do it. And I think that the government, that's why we have EDS plans, and we followed them. And
Mm-hmm.
so if I would like to suggest that maybe you and Mallory and I let us know what your availability is next week, Judy, for maybe just a little while on a phone. We can do a three-way phone call. So
I have 8 clinics. 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
maybe Mallory and I.
I was gonna say,
All right. So maybe Mallory and I can work on it, and then you can look it over and see if we've included the important stuff.
Yep.
How about
Yeah,
that?
not a problem.
Okay. We'll let you review. All right. Because I'm on board with you, Vinny, and you, Colleen, that I do think it's important that we should be able to do this again for all the phases,
Yep.
So.
And you know what? We could easily ramp up to 350 or 400. Who knows? I mean, we have to eventually do the whole general population. So,
Right.
We can just slowly work our way back all the way up to 750 here. Because, that's what we're going to need is we're going to need a few clinics at 750. And, even the smaller towns like Oakham and New Braintree and Petersham, they're still they can easily ramp up to 350. And there's no reason for the state to be, shutting down the local boards of health clinics. That's what they're doing. They've targeted the local board of health clinics, and they've just shut them all down.
so sad.
And I agree that that's an issue. Yeah.
Yeah, people felt safe at our clinic.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest thing that I've heard complained about is like, I don't want to go sit at Gillette Stadium. I don't want to go sit where all these people are. I just want to feel safe in my hometown. And I don't think it matters if you're 75 or if you're 35, that feeling stays with you.
Yep. That's a very good point. That one I would put right at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Mallory, our goal is, how about by a week from today, we'll get something put together?
Yeah,
Is that fair to you?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, and then we'll have Judy review it to see that we got enough punch into it to put it out to the state, DPH, and whomever we need to put it out to.
Right.
Okay. We'll be proactive on this, on our board. So, thank you.
Then I guess under unexpected, I have Ryan McLean, our town administrator, is going to be leaving for military leave. He's being deployed to Afghanistan. So we have a new interim town administrator coming in, David Nixon from Hadley, who will be, so you might see his name come out on some emails and stuff like that. But Ryan's last day in-house will be March 4th, that Thursday.
Do you repeat the name of the person's coming in and from where?
David Nixon from Hadley,
And how long is Ryan's deployment?
a year.
A year? Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Oh, it is a full year? I thought it was a little less than that.
I don't, well, I think anything we haven't been given like dates or anything, just.
Yeah. Could be a whole year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
You sent out, yeah, I know. You sent out the email from Ryan for a meet and greet. Tentatively, I should be able to participate in that for our board. Okay. So I'll respond to that. That's the only other new business item that I'm aware of.
Cool. So then the 69 Gardner Road Royal Sun Farms is looking to put an outdoor grow operation out up there. And we are looking to have a roundtable discussion with a representative from every board and a department head tomorrow at 9:30. So Kathy is unable to participate. So if you wanted to represent the Board of Health, I can send you the documentation if you want to review it tonight.
And what is the purpose of the roundtable?
So that all boards have a say before the special permit gets heard. It's pretty standard practice in most towns. You know, fire, police, conservation, Board of Health, zoning takes a look at the plans, kind of says their feelings if something should change or something shouldn't before the plan is presented to as a final plan.
Well, we haven't seen the plan yet.
It's
Correct.
she can send it to you. She sent it to
Yeah.
me, and I was going to do it, but then something else has come up that I can't participate tomorrow morning.
There's not much that's going to affect the Board of Health aside from having to issue a well permit. Yeah, because he's looking to place right now porta potties. So we'll have to look into the code for that, but no septic right now, just a well, some trailers and porta potties for the staff to use, and it's going to be a seasonal operation.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to pass on that. I have a conflict with Damon Schmidt, whom I sold a log home to
Oh, okay.
years ago. So I've done business with Damon, and I don't want to have any
No worries.
situation develop. I'd be happy to call the Ethics Commission and get a ruling on it, but right now, I don't think tomorrow morning would be
Okay.
the time to do that.
No,
That
that's okay.
it's too short of a notice to get any clearance.
And I have a doctor's appointment every day
worries.
this week in the morning
That's okay.
until
I can.
Friday.
I mean, like I said, there's not much that's gonna impact us. We'll have once the final plan's submitted, we'll have a chance to review it and put our input in anyway. So this is just kind of a hash and trash, and I can definitely be a voice for the Board of Health. So
Oh, I make a motion that you be a voice for us tomorrow morning, please.
I'll second that.
Well, if we want to do that, then we want to make some statements about what we want to have Mallory to say, so we don't, I mean, if the issue is porta potties, then we should make a decision on this, so she can go back and make a representation of what the board's thinking is, not.
all I'm gonna say is that we're gonna have to look into the code. I'm not gonna be giving any definitive anything yes or no, or it would just have to be look into the
Well,
code. Right?
Looking into the code restrictions does not express the will of the board, however.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know the code either, so I think we should see the code before we make some kind of decision on that. And I also think that, rather than putting you on the spot with a representation from the board that we've had no decision on, would not be fair to you either.
But we're not making any decisions tomorrow. Tomorrow
I
is just,
understand that, but you would be making a decision or an opinion from the board, which we have not made.
It doesn't sound like that kind of meeting. It sounds more like it's to go listen to the presentation to see what it's really all about. And then all that information will just come back to us to be discussed, but it sounds more like it's just a presentation. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
yes, to all department heads, so that we, and board members or representatives, so that we can come back to our boards,
Yeah,
make those decisions. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not making any decisions or putting out any opinions of anything tomorrow. I can just say that if there's questions, we're gonna look into it.
I
that
would, I would be willing, but I have a children's committee tomorrow morning and Athol, so that doesn't work for me.
I just texted Kate to see if she's available. Was it 9 or 9:30, Mallory?
I think it's
9:30.
9.
So it'll be on a Zoom basis anyway, right?
It's on Zoom.
Yeah. Will we get invitations to that meeting? How do we log into the meeting?
Well,
It'll be-
she sent me the link and I was
Yeah.
going to do it,
So
but I
department
apologize,
heads-
I can't.
no worries. Department heads and board heads got it, so there wouldn't be quorum issues. So it's just one representative to listen to him do his pitch, to take back any questions or concerns that person thought we might have. It happens in a lot of towns. If there's a big project coming forward, then we give the applicant a chance to pitch his pitch before doing an official hearing.
I sent a text to Kate. I'm not sure if she's available.
Okay.
I'm
well,
sure
if she is.
Yeah, if she's available, then she can do it.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh,
No worries.
all right.
And I don't have anything else unless anyone has any other new business.
Oh, I'm just trying to get an answer from her real quick.
Yeah.
Can't spell worth a darn tonight. Sorry to hold you guys up.
No worries.
Facility. Hopefully I'll have another, an answer in a minute here. All right, I don't know if she's answering or not, or thinking about it. I can always let you know afterwards. We don't have to hold
Yeah.
everyone up.
Yeah, just send me an email and I'll forward the documentation over to her. It's no big deal.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. We just need a
Thanks
motion to-
everyone for all your help at the clinic. Sorry I wasn't able to participate in this one, but hopefully it'll all work out for the next one where I can be a active volunteer. So I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at,
7:22.
yep, 7:22.
I'll make
all
that
in
motion.
favor? Yep, second. Kate just texted back. She has a client meeting at that time, so she's not available. Okay, we'll sort it out in the morning, Mallory.
No worries.
Maybe I'll double check. Maybe I can move what I had scheduled.
It's not a
The
big
reason
deal.
I couldn't
It's just,
do it. So, anyways,
no, don't worry. It's just a presentation, and I'll just let them know that no one from the Board of Health could be there. So if there's
right.
questions, I'll bring them back to the board.
thank you.
Everyone have a good night.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Mallory.
Night, everybody.
Night.
Night.
We should take a vote on the adjournment, however.
Oh,
That's right.
all in favor?
Yeah,
Aye.
Aye, aye.
Bye.
okay.